to me, the highest thing on the list of a top 5 is always the objective. Whatever the objective is, if it means killing the other team, putting the bomb down, and letting the time run out, or defusing the bomb, whatever the objective, I think should be always first on any list.
Yeah, that's true. Setups are another one too that I've been noticing. I feel like if we have the early rotations, like for HPs, for sure we want to get like a good setup, or at least try to get there as soon as possible. There's gonna be times teams gonna be getting there first, or there's gonna be both teams coming at it at the same time. So we just gotta learn how to overcome those, obstacles, and be sure to be ready for it whenever the time comes. Have the setups really ready to go, and have the good positioning, good angles. Bam.
Okay, I'm making a list for you, so like to kind of put your top 5, which you think, even if you don't feel like you're the best player, or if you just don't play as much because you're focusing on the business side, it's still, I want to factor your opinion in. So I'm just making a list right now, for you. I put for mine first objective, so I'm just adding it in.
Yep.
And you had said like positioning, like setups.
So I got I got positioning, gun skills.
Okay,
For sure.
gun skill.
Gun
Okay,
skill,
gun skill. Yeah, we already know that. What's gonna
You
be
gotta
on
win
there.
that. If you fail that objective, that one part, you will definitely fumble the whole team.
I know.
You're...
I know somebody that has good gun skill.
That's me. Thank you. No, just kidding. No, I'm decent. I'm decent.
I'm gonna add for my second one. I'm gonna put game sense on for my second one, like what to do in certain situations. I'm just gonna put that for now at second. I might change.
Yeah, of course.
All right. And the reason I say game sense is like you could have a guy that's going off, like he's getting kills, but if he's pushing out wrong areas and making your team spawn out, that can totally change the way a game could end up being a win or a loss.
Yes, sir. That's definitely true.
So that's kind of why I want to have it right there for now. But I do want to add in gun skill. I'm gonna put gun skill third, even though I know it matters a lot. But I'm gonna put it at third for now. And what's another one? What do you think, Creamy? You think of any of them you would add into there?
Gang, you don't want me talking. I'm bad PR.
Okay.
I would say energy though. Like, if I was to say anything, if one person, like, I ain't gonna lie, my mentality if one person's checked on my team, it kind of just brings my head down.
Okay. So that's what. Okay,
yeah.
I actually like that one. So like chemistry?
if it's 230 to 170, it's winnable. But like, the last thing you want to do is just say some crazy shit.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh, my bad, gang. My bad.
You're fine, man. So what would you put that, you think? Would you put that like on the top of your list, or would you put that kind of like mid tier on a list of top 5 things for you?
For me, I think communication's number 1.
Okay, comms for you 1. And you said like basically like getting checked out, like losing full. I'm just gonna put it for number 2 for now. Yeah, so like one thing that I did is I did a test. I was like seeing if I just slayed and I played the hill and I just relied on my teammates playing the hill, like, and at times like if no one was in the hill, jump in the hill, whatever, like depending on the team, how much would that factor? I ended up like getting the most kills on my team, but we lost, and I didn't have a lot of hill time. And I was just like, okay, maybe that's why. And then I played another game. My teammate had a lot of kills, but I ended up playing the hill, and I got like 163 seconds or whatever in the hill, and we won, but we only won by like I think like 30 or 40. It was like 200 to 220 to 250 or whatever. So I was like, what matters more in that situation, which is like objective in that sense, I would say. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, is that all of it was? Because I ended up getting kills and I did pretty well too. It's just I didn't get like I think the guy got 50 kills and I got like 38 or something like that. So yeah, I think that kind of still falls under objective, but also I think that falls under game sense, I guess, like what to do based off of what your teammates are doing.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of what could we add in here. Oh, this is perfect for adding rotations. Gotta rotate.
Yes.
Gotta rotate like an overload.
Is that game sense though?
Yes, I could see that. I
Game
could see
sense
that.
is rotation. Like that's I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if you're creating a list, you got to make sure it's not because I ain't gonna like Call of Duty. I don't know where you're posting this, but let's be real. Call of Duty is probably one of the most toxic people out there. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see where you're getting at. It's just
Yeah, I could see that falling under there. So, I'm trying to think of what would be good. I can add comms to my list. Right now, I have objective, game sense, gun skills, and that's one thing I'm missing, comms. So yeah, I add comms to mine. Right now, omission, you have good setups, accurate comms, and gun skill. So there's 2 more on your list that you can add. And then, yeah, so like the reason I got this idea was like I was watching Zuma and he did a list of like the ARs and SMG players and like which ones are he would list the top 5, and like everyone had different reasons of why.
or his list was
someone
faded
should
though.
get-
Dashy's not number 1. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, so you watched it? You watched it too?
No, I didn't. I watched Tactical Rat, but Dashy's not number 1 this season. I'm sorry. A number 1 player on a list doesn't drop breadsticks in finals. I'm sorry.
Well, he was doing it based off of like the whole season.
Yeah, but
like,
Merc
their
still
overall
Merc
report.
was more in the running than he was.
No, I'm not arguing for Dashy, but I'm just giving you like
I
kind
think-
of what it was based off of. Like
I get you. I feel like the whole dashing. I feel kind of bad for Hook though.
that's why kind of like making this list is like made me think like, because I undervalue Hook. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Hook is as good as what people think. But
Yeah.
from what I hear so many people say is like he does the dirty work. So what is the dirty work? Like when people say, "Oh, he does the dirty work. He does the things that people don't want to do." Okay, what is that? What is that?
Maybe
What is that? You know?
being a bait.
Bruh.
But in
Wait,
what game
No,
mode?
okay. See, the issue with
Yeah.
Hook is Dashy and Shotzi are too popular on Optic. Even though Shotzi's like played, I ain't gonna lie. For a superstar person, he hasn't played he didn't play very good this COD. And the reason why they don't point fingers at Shotzi or Dashy is because in the Optic family, like they're just have more priority over Hook. And they can't kick out Merc because he literally saved their season. So the only fingers you're gonna point when it comes to like bettering the team, it's Hook. When I don't think any of them should get dropped. But if I'm looking at anybody, I'm like, Shotzi, like, what the, like, what were you doing, bro? Like, jumping in the water was crazy. I feel like they all kind of played like doo-doo.
Yes, I will say like something that one of the main guys in Zuma's that discussion that he had was named Tactical. He had
This
a
guy's
really
better than
good
me.
point. He said that Shotzi plays like a defense in the NFL. He blitzes all the time and tries to go for the big play. He's constantly trying to go for the big play, and that can cause his team to get into trouble when he doesn't make that play. Like when he's flanking an S&D by himself.
Yeah,
and he dies.
He takes way too many risk plays, but like it's a hard rock to fall on. You're playing a play that could win you the round and make you look like a god, but at the same time you're playing a play that could literally throw the game match. And I think he did way too many of those in all the S&Ds. No bullshit. I genuinely think you could take a random team of 4 and ranked, and they would have won that 4v2 on Den. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm going to actually add on my list making a play because I do think there's times as an individual you have to make a play. Like
Unless you're on
you
mission.
like if you're going
Good
to like a
God.
certain area, like your team's in a rut, they cannot push front and you make a play by going, on the flank. I do think that does make a key situation turn around, and
Mhm.
some maps.
Yep.
Um but kind of going over like what you were saying, um some of the other things they were talking about was that who would you rather team with, Simp or Shotzi? And a lot of people were saying Simp would be easier to team with because of he plays straight up. He doesn't do all the flanking or going for the big plays. He just hits, wherever he's hitting like with the team, and it's just you got to kill him. So there's not really like you don't know what he's gonna do. He might be going this way, that way, or he might be sitting in a creddy or whatever. Simp is just coming at you, and it's just up to you winning your gunfight against him. And like thinking of that, would you rather team with Simp or would you rather be teaming with like Shotzi, that type of player?
I am. I'll go with Shotzi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cream, you're still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
What do you think about that? Who would you
I'd
want to
probably
team with?
rather team with Simp.
Yeah. I would say honestly I want to say Shotzi because I feel like knowing how I play, like I would go along with him. So like knowing that we're both flanking, like because I seen actually Simp and 04 do that. They actually flank together, but I don't know if that would necessarily where he's like nah, like let me do me kind of thing, and then that kind of be like okay, you're gonna leave me out to dry, kind of like Hook. I feel like Hook kind of is. So um, I don't know. I like if I want to just play straight up, then yeah, I would probably go Simp. Just like trusting that he's gonna pick up kills. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do and not have to worry about this guy, taking some route or something.
Yeah.
But individually, going back to this list, I want to just get back on topic with this. I have so far for my list, which I can kind of adjust, and then I can add some stuff in here for you, omission.
All right.
So I have objective, game sense, gun skills, comms, and making a play. And then for yours, I have good setups, accurate comm, and gun skills. Is there some things that you would think of like one of the things that I know that we haven't included is like using your tax. Some people just don't use their tax as much.
Oh yeah.
Like checking stuff. Like if you're not sure where they're spawning, they might be getting a split spawn. You could throw a tack towards like one of the areas that you think they're spawning.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't know if that's
That's
something you
another
would
one.
want to add.
That was a tough one.
I think that could be added. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna add that for you.
Because man,
Is there?
we don't have it just there just to look pretty in our screens. Got to use them.
Yeah.
Use that thing. Use the grenades. Use your stunts.
Oh, you're good.
Use
This is
trophies.
actually a good one. What do you think is better? Do you think the frags are better or Simtexes are better?
I'll go with frags.
Okay.
Yeah, cause Samtex only just stick to one place, man. Frags, you could just bounce that thing on anything, really.
Yeah, I think yeah, frag is a frag has more
Blast
versatility.
radius?
It might take a couple seconds, unless you
That's more
cook it in your hand
versatility.
for a little bit.
Yeah, but you can also cook some Texas.
I would say I'm more of a Simtex guy, and the reason I would say this because like I've used them in respawn, but they heavily are strong in S&D. I've stuck so many people on bomb, and no matter if they have flak, they're dead.
Yeah.
So I
guess
like
that's
Simtexes
true,
for
but-
that reason.
The odds of you hitting a flak, the odds of you hitting just a regular grenade versus a Semtex on the body is like night and day difference. You're not gonna be going around sticking people like maybe. I don't know. I feel like it's less common to stick somebody. Are
Yeah,
we talking
it
about this
is.
again?
It is. I would say less common. It's something I think it takes over practice of learning, like how to get the right angle with throwing the sim,
Yep.
because it goes a little less far like distance. That's one thing I would say like to the pros of having a frag is you could throw it so far. You could throw it across the map, hit a car as they're coming, off spawn or off a rotation or whatever. So I could see that being favorable for the frag. So I have 4 years good setups, accurate comms, gun skills, use tacticals. I still have one more spot for you on mission, and then Creamy I have comms checked out. Um, I'm not sure if is there anything you would want to add in here individually as a player you would do. Um, what makes you win a map or lose a map. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much. I think we covered a lot of those things. I'm trying to think of anything else that possibly would be missing.
Trying to think too. Oh,
Hmm.
on. Never mind.
Getting at least one kill on S&D.
Oh, that could be something like
If you
like
know, you know.
is that like not getting first blooded like right off the bat?
No,
I
that
think
was
that's
just an
kind of
inside joke.
yeah.
Yeah, man. That's definitely.
I
At
feel
least.
like a lot of people. I feel like. Wow. Okay, so like, I don't know what rank you guys are at, but if you get into a Crimson lobby, a lot of those guys, they think they have good enough gun skill to ego chow everything, and they end up ego chowing and just getting absolutely world starred. So I think a lot of players, I mean, every player could always benefit from this, pro or not. Always playing slow. You have to, okay, knowing pace. I think knowing pace is very
Pace?
important.
Okay. Pace.
Because you need to know times where you can go hard, and you know times you need to slow down. You can like have a killer game, but at some point in time in that game, you will slow down. Unless if it's like a crazy, where the enemy team is just poo poo, you will slow down at some point. You're not just gonna go, ape ball. You're gonna die eventually, basically. But knowing that you've lost that positioning and stuff, I do this a lot. Like I'll be going crazy, I'll lose my positioning, and I'll try to gain that uh advantage again
Positioning.
just by pacing, and then end up getting slammed because like I'm not in that positioning. Like timing, pace, communication. I think in COD in general, your map knowledge, timing, and pacing is number one. Like for me specifically, I get accused of walling a lot, but it's only because I know the respawns, I know the timings, I just know these things because I just played the game often more than others.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, Omni hands me his subscription. So.
Ah, what? Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about, man.
I like those two ones you said, pace and timing. I do think like when you are playing in a solo queue, say rank play match, and you're playing in a crim lobby or a high diamond or eerie lobby, you depending on the game mode, let's just say overload because that's what I'm thinking when you were saying it. There's a time where you're say they're near your base, they don't score, you stop them from scoring, the ball is near your base, you kill all four. Your pace should be able to get to around their 25-yard line, get four dead again, and then be able to score. What ends up happening in lower lobbies, guys try to force it, try to score really quick, and get killed, then you don't score. So I do think pace is a big thing. In overload, I think in hardpoint, I'm not sure about S&D, I guess, in the sense of like how you play S&D, like sometimes hitting it fast and then sometimes playing for them to play aggressive and kind of like baiting them to push. So I think yes, I could see that with that pace. And then timing wise, S&D big time timing, like knowing you can hit a spot by this time before the enemy can get there, like taking routes. definitely has an effect on, especially where you're positioned. Like, are you positioned in a favorable spot? Like, are you challenging behind something? Are you challenging on top of something and your whole body showing? Like, while you're trying to get that timing, that's a big
Yep.
key, I would say.
I'm
Using
ripping,
power
I'm ripping Omni
positions,
anytime.
huh?
I said I'm ripping Omniscient any time of the week.
Yeah, yeah. So I could see those being pretty valuable. So I have 4 for you, Creamy, and I have 4 for you, Omission. So
The 4 for 4 Bogle meal at Wendy's go.
so I can add timing for you, Omission. I can add pace for you. I can add power positions for you. Some of the things we have talked about.
Yeah, I guess I would go with pacing.
Hey, Omniscient, do you hold them power positions with your AR?
Damn right.
Oh shit. Are you unkillable?
Yes, sir. As soon as you pop out that corner, bam! I see you
I
popping
know.
out. Bam!
I feel like setups in Call of Duty is probably like number one. It has to be.
Okay,
Yeah,
I could
for sure.
switch your list around. So
Like-
you want to take comms
like,
down
bro,
and move. Where would
I've
you put
played
comms then?
teams where their setups are just so good that they're just unbreakable. It's not that you can't kill them; their just setups are just better. And when you have a team that
Yeah.
has good setups but they don't have good gunning, you can't you just can't break through. I promise you. And when I say not good gunning, like the skill level of the people I play against, that when I say not good gunning, are still those people would run a lot of people. But when they have good setups and they're still able to shoot back, it's just really hard to do that because they're doing it. But now if you have a team that has good setups and good gunning, you're cooked.
So which one? Okay, so you're saying, I understand the main one, which is you're saying good setups and good gunning. Of course, yeah, I could see that, like them destroying you. But you're saying the other version of like them having good setups but not good gunning, they would still beat other teams, or what was that? I didn't understand that.
Well,
part.
okay, well, I don't want to name drop anybody, but
You could say
like-
X or Y team.
like
Whatever,
for example,
yeah.
Omniscient, if his team, if he had 4 people of him, and they had a good setup, I would run right through him. Now, if you took somebody like, I don't know, Reddy or Luffy or whatever their names are, decent players, they're not insane, but if they have good setups, they're gonna thrive.
Okay, so like a
You,
decent
like-
player will.
Yeah, like
with
if
a
you have a
good
person
setup-
that has common sense of how to shoot their gun, like they're not bad players, they're just not insane, and they have a good setup. Like say percentage wise, setup is not 100%, or say setup is 70% and gunning is like 30, versus like 100 or some shit. I don't know how to word it. You just got to see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. Like more like the setup is what gets you in position to win the gunfight easier, but the
Yes.
gun skill is what finishes it off.
Exactly, but yeah, exactly. Now, like my issue is like when I'm playing eights or just messing around. Like I would say 70% of my gameplay, I'm probably not calming, and I'm probably listening to music because I'm just running around the map because I don't care. But
Okay.
like when you do that, you're just making a bunch of mistakes. You're just kind of running around because the people you're playing against, you're not taking serious. Now, when you take people not serious, trust me, I've lost maps because we've taken people not serious, or we've made mistakes because we thought these people were bad, or we've came close to losing maps because we were just throwing all setups away and we were just running around, stuff like that. But like blocking, bro, my biggest pet peeve is people who don't know how to block. I don't care if you're running a sub, a fucking
Oh my
pistol,
gosh.
a knife, brother. If you're not blocking, I'm tweaking.
Okay, I'm gonna put for you spawns, because that's what you're talking about. You're talking about like blocking spawns.
Well, yeah, I guess. I'm not sure when we getting these raids going, Claw.
So
Today.
one of the things
I'm
that
trying to play against you, Claw.
um
I'm trying
the
to see
things
that
that
gunny.
I'm seeing with what you're saying, something came to my mind, and I just wanted to ask you this to see like how many times do you die from a guy being in a creddy, and a guy in a position that you don't expect him.
Not very often. I can't lie.
Okay, not very often, but like
Because the
how many
gameplay
times
level I
per
play
like
at, not a lot of people are
Mhm.
hiding in creddies. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, a common spot to me is not a creddy, but a common spot to me could be a creddy to somebody else. I don't know if that's a fair question. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's a fair question.
What I'm saying is like
Are you saying your
if you're coming
positioning
off like if say you were on Scar
and we're rotating?
and you're rotating from P3 to P4. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, you're going to get some upfront gunfights, but then you're going to get some gunfights that someone's going to kill you from the side.
Oh, yeah.
That's
that
what
happens
I
every
mean.
day, every match.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
happens to everybody.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is like that's kind of like in that cruddy aspect where they're in a position where you didn't expect them.
True. I
And
guess
so,
at that
like,
moment in time, yeah.
Yeah. So like, I would say a lot of times what I'll do is like, I'll like an overload. I did this. I have like a video on it. Is like say I'm pushing plane side and we're scoring on the back blue area. I'll get two. I'll get one top blue, and then I'm aiming towards like either Humvee or a guy near market, and I'll get the second one, and then I'll just hide in an area because I know they're coming off spawn. Then I'll get the second one. I mean the third one, and then I'll get in another position like a deep corner, so they have to turn their back to my teammates for them to kind of kill me. They have to turn their back to my teammates as they're running with the ball. So I'm trying to force their point of view where they have to aim at an awkward angle for them to try to kill me so that my teammates can kill them. Or if they are just so focused on the ball, they're going to try to kill the ball carrier, and then I just kill them from behind. So I bring that up is just because like I think positioning is very, very big, and like what you were kind of saying with setups or like setups, but I would say in the sense of like individual player, how you're positioning yourself. Like a big one would be Shotzi when he was playing on Den and he hid in Dojo on that
Yeah,
corner.
I use that spawn all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
not Dojo.
That's
Are you talking about the behind the door?
No, where on Dojo where you get on the railing outside on outer.
That spot's so common though.
But I'm saying he used it to get a 3-piece to get a score. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I've used it.
It's good.
And then
But
the other one I
these
used.
ranked kids are better than these pros. You got to admit that. You have to remember that. These ranked kids are going to know those spots. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
The ranked kids are better than pro players. I can attest.
And then there's the spot like outside of Dojo, like where you get on the railing too, where you can see them off rotation coming from P3 to P4 too. Like you can see them cross the doorway or they just run through the doorway.
No, a spot I use now is instead of hiding behind the door when you're coming out of couches into the back spawn on a oh no, Omni should I don't know if he was watching my pop at the time, but you can hide behind like this pillar. Shots he did, he popped a 2-piece the round that they didn't clutch. I use that spot now. The only downside when you use that spot is they could deep rotate, and that's pretty fine.
They're like one bangers, like in S&D, I would say, or even like sometimes hardpoint, like one bangers. Sometimes you can use it twice because you might not kill the same guy.
Playing with people who don't check corners, the den proning. Say you're facing couches from P1, proning right side in that corner. A lot of people don't check it, and what's even more checky is when you're proning there and then you get double slid child, and you're like, bro, what?
Well, I like to lay. I sometimes do that spot, but I tend to not get that spot as much as I like to lay in front of the concrete wall, like on below it, and just let them try to jump and then let them fire first, and then I know where they're at in the map, and then I'll just kill. And then sometimes I don't shoot the first guy. Sometimes I let the first guy go by, call him out.